It's kind of like following Hulk Hogan with John D or something. Up the profanity level a little bit just for you guys. And I'm really tempted to jump right into my super love the bus thing that I got, and I'm going to hold off on that a little bit. My name's Jeff. I am a serial commuter. I commute from Gateway Transit Center out of Forest Grove and back every day. I ride the fucking Max and the fucking bus. 4 hours a day, because I can't get a better job. So I've got a lot of stuff here written down. I'll read some of it and give up on some of it after I've worn out my welcome. But the first thing I wanted to do was Doug and I knocked around the idea of some poetry. So what I did was I was on the bus the other day and I found this little crumpled up piece of paper on the floor of the bus. It was a guy who looked a lot like Allen Ginsberg. I think he's dead, but I'm not sure. But I wanted to read some of his poetry that he apparently, after riding the bus for a while, kind of adapted to TriMet purposes. So I'll read you a little bit of this and then we'll move on to something else. I saw the best minds of my generation destroyed by schedule changes. Starving, hysterical, naked, dragging themselves through the transit mall at dawn. Looking for a hipster on a fixie or the number 51 bus. Anything to get home and away from the ancient diesel 15, the starry dynamo, and the rarely maintained machinery of TriMet at night. Through poverty and tatters and hollow-eyed and high, stood in line at Pioneer fucking Square, no longer fairless and accosted by street kids needing free-zone holographic tickets in the supernatural darkness of pre-dawn daylight savings time. Their transit operators hold up in cold water flats, or maybe a nice two-bedroom in Gresham, a soft swing from the juggalo haven of the gas-lit Gateway Transit Center. Who bared their brains and probably some guts poorly sheathed in inappropriate East County tank tops under the Max overpass, and saw McFarland's budget angel staggering to the finish line after what felt like 400 ill-attended community meetings, one bare light bulb illuminating 7-Eleven donuts, and a stunning lack of new ideas. Short of a survey fuel plan to just cut the fuck out of everything. Savants expelled from academies of knowledge to rain terror on mid-level transit functionaries, burning their monies in the wastebasket and waking nightmare of a gigantic bridge over Interstate 5. Who's riding the bus home tonight? Anybody? I got bus tickets for you.
We're donated.
People jam.
All right. Bribe the audience. That's what I learned a long time ago. So, I don't know how many of you ride the Max much, but I've been known on my Twitter feed, Dr_Jeff, Twitter, DOCTOR_Jeff. Just short of 700 followers. I need more followers to tell all your friends. I occasionally gripe about the Type 4 Max. The Type 4 is the streamlined Max, the Max of the future. Or of the past. I was on the Max a while ago, and I penned a little goodbye note to the Type 4 breakup letter, if you will. So if it's okay with you, I'll read that right now. Dear Type 4, I'm guessing that you know why I'm writing this. You can't be so out of touch as to have missed the signs. My petulant whining each time we got together, the chorus of complaints from your other writers. I know you've been paying attention. The simple fact, Type 4, is that you and I were never meant to be. Unlike your comfortable predecessors, you're a rolling body cramp, an affront to basic human needs. When an average height, average breadth, generally happy commuter such as myself cringes when you pull up, you can bet that those of not so average proportions must absolutely grind their teeth in trepidation when they see you. If you were a restaurant, you'd be one of the places that looked all charming and rustic on the outside and then serves canned gravy and frozen beets on the inside. When I was in my early 20s, I managed a fast food place for a while. One of the restaurant supply catalogs classified their chairs by the number of minutes in which one could sit comfortably in that chair, before they had to get up and leave. Fast food restaurants obviously went for the 10-minute chairs or so. You, type 4, are the 5-minute chair of the transit system. Alas, my encounters with you last far longer than that. There have been times, type 4, that I've waited for a substantial amount of time for my train, only to find your streamlined presence fast approaching. And there have been times, I'll confess, that I've let you and your stupidly named parlor and your too high seats and your cramped dungeon-like front row of pinch seating and your scary old lady killing ramp step up just go on without me. The mark of true hatred on transit line is when someone will pass you up and continue to wait for the next one. I commute for 4 fucking hours a day, and I let that train go by. Do you hear me talking to you, type 4? Do you hear the icy chill of rejection in my voice? They say there's someone out there for everyone, type 4. Could it be that in some faraway land there lives an undiscovered race of oddly shaped, tiny, asymmetrical commuters with a penchant for cramped conditions and ill-conceived design? Let's hope so. For if that's the case, perhaps they'll draw up a tiny, cramped petition that convinces the powers that be to ship you to that land on the next possible freighter. And type 4, I hope that when that happens, if it does, your trip is the most horribly fucking uncomfortable voyage of humanity. There's more to that poem, so I'm going to read that now, too. Stuff's out of order. So when we last were with the poem, who got busted by the deathly tall, bearded... You see how I just kind of jumped right back into it? It's not easy to do. Who got busted by the deathly tall, bearded... Have you seen that guy? Who rides the Max? Have you seen that guy who's like 8 feet tall, fare inspector? I show him my fare and then I give him extra money because he just scares the shit out of me. Who got busted by the deathly tall, bearded fare inspectors listening to the terror palpable the next train over. Trapped between Jeltwin and Goose Hollow. Streets of shuddering cloud and lightning in the mind. Leaping a sleeping homeless dude curled up against the accordion midsection of Max. Spilling under the motionless world of time in between. Except when the news cameras are on and healthcare for operators becomes less of an issue in a roaring winter demonstration of riding tea-head miscreants to new sources of income removed from turpentine drinking kings of light and evasion. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Sounded kind of cool. Chain themselves to Facebook and Twitter, impotent ashcan rantings. That's about me, that first one. Impotent ashcan ranting sunk all night in the submarine light of 17, riding their privilege, bones lit blue as they rally their followers with hashtag tweets of the stale beer midnight original pancake house. Transfer expired, listening to the crack of doom on the hydrogen jukebox, mindless at the $17 million shortfall when compared to the drain of brilliance and the sheer inability to raise $2 to get the buck home. Speaking of the budget crisis, I wrote a little... We have some luminaries here tonight, by the way. We have Brock is here for the Sprocket podcast. I saw Michael back there supporting your foot. Yeah! Got Dave from the TriMet Diaries. Got all kinds of celebrities. If you don't read the TriMet Diaries, you need to read the TriMet Diaries. It's TriMetDiaries.com. Best site on the internet. It was voted 5 years in a row by the Academy. Best site on the internet. I don't know the Academy of what. I'm not sure. The Academy of Dave, I think. So like. Oh, okay. I came up with a couple of budget cutting ideas, and maybe I'll just leave you with those. You know, there's this big $17 million, $10 million, $3 million, $50 million shortfall. I'm not sure what the shortfall is. But I think it's my responsibility as someone who commutes a lot to come up with some ideas about how to take care of that budget shortfall. My first thing was TriMet proposed to have kind of a unified fare where there weren't transfers anymore. What I want to do is random fare. So if you get on the bus, it's either going to be like free or $30 to ride, you know, from TSU downtown. Imagine how great that would feel if you get on the bus and some poor sucker in front of you has to pay the whole bus's fare and you get to ride for free. So that's kind of, I think, the main thing. The other thing is, you know, the poetry they have up in the buses? They should make those fuckers pay for the poetry up there. I want to get paid to read that shit. I don't want to read that poetry anymore. My shoe under the couch. Lost my shoe. Shoe, I hate you under the couch. Okay, $20 to read that shit, please. They were going to eliminate some lines. They say eliminate all the even-numbered bus lines. 50% savings right there. Driver for a day. Who wouldn't pay like $1,000 to drive your favorite bus route? Just be riding the 57, man. $1,000 you get to take the people wherever you want to. Here's what I want to do. Finally, leave someone standing outside the fucking bus while I'm just sitting there at a stoplight, right? I'm a driver for a day. And the last one, and this is the one that'll make the most money, Stripper Max. We've got the poll sitting there already. Portland likes strippers. Portland likes public transportation. Stripper Max.